everybody, Coach Amy here. Thank you for joining me for this little info session. I'm gonna try to keep it brief and just scratch the surface of what we do for coaching so that it gives you a jumping off point to ask me questions privately, and I can address any actual, private concerns that you have, but it gives you a good indication of what we're doing as coaches and why I think this opportunity is literally for everybody who wants to get healthy, who wants to impact other people and have a positive impact on the world and just wants to change their situation. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am, what we do as coaches, who I'm looking for on my team, and how do you get started. So that's the agenda for today's conversation, and I'm going to keep it as brief as possible. So who am I? My name's Amy Rosenbrock. I'm the founder of Trinity Fit Tribe. I joined with Beachbody in 2017 in February, after my daughter was about 8 or 9 months old. And just a little background information about who I am. So I have struggled with weight my entire life from elementary school on. I just kept putting on weight. And so around middle school, high school, I really started to try to take that off. I was working out, but I didn't really know what to do with my nutrition. I did Weight Watchers in high school. I was the youngest person in Weight Watchers in my entire county. And it just didn't really work for me. I was running, but that didn't work either. I did high school sports, but I dropped out because I was too out of shape. So it was just this vicious cycle of not finding success. In my early 20s, I did find some success. I even actually did some hypnotism. So I did high carb, I did low carb, I did high fat, I did low carb, I did no carbs. I've done, extreme workouts, not eating at all. I've done binge eating. I've done the whole spectrum of things that you have probably done if you're in my shoes as well. And really end up realizing that none of them work for sustainability. You might lose a little bit of weight here, but you really can't keep it off because it's not real life friendly. So that is my story. I did get to a point where I was working out consistently. I had gotten to a quasi healthy weight, and it was the lowest I had personally ever been. So I kind of just thought that was it because I had totally plateaued, and no matter how many salads I ate, it just was not moving any lower. So I kind of just thought that was it. I was like, well, this must be just as good as it gets. I must just not be able to, my body just this must be it for me. And I kind of tricked my brain into thinking that that was actually the case and that was all there was for me. Then I started planning on having kids, and that terrified the crap out of me because amidst all the other pregnancies, fears that people have, that normal people have, I also was terrified of putting on weight. So I had been able to take off some weight really slowly, but once I put on weight, I had never been able to take it back off. So that was where I was terrified, now I had to put on weight for the health of my pregnancy, and I was terrified of where I would be afterwards. So I put it in my head that I was not going to put on any more than those 25 recommended pounds. And then of course your first trimester hits and you realize that that's not going to happen because I couldn't even look or think about a vegetable without getting physically ill. So I basically ate bagels and frozen burritos that first trimester, because that was all I could eat. And so clearly by the end of my 9 months, I had put on more weight than I had wanted, about at least double. I stopped counting at 40 pounds, so I don't actually know how much I put on. But for somebody who's pretty short, that was a decent amount of weight. So needless to say, after Morgan was born, she was healthy, all was right with the world. I was, happy as a mom. And honestly, I had a much more positive body image than I normally would have thought. So that was really great. And that was something motherhood gave me, was that I just was so mystified by the fact that my body did this and was making food for this kid and keeping her alive, that I didn't hate my body. I was very uncomfortable. I was tired. I'm a teacher. I'm a middle school science teacher. I drive over an hour to and from work. So then I had a newborn and I was exhausted and I was really out of whack. My body was unbalanced still from giving birth. I just couldn't get it together and I didn't feel good. So while I was mildly accepting of my new motherly figure, I didn't feel good, and I needed to do something. So I was watching my coach stalking her on Facebook. And so she popped up on my newsfeed the way that we do. And so I started watching her, and her daughter was about the same age as my daughter. She was working out with her in her home. And there was no way I could make it to the gym at this point. I tried going out for runs. I couldn't run because my boobs were too big, and I was breastfeeding still. And I also suck at running. But I would try to do stuff and it just wouldn't work. And she was too young, and I would get stuck and I would fail. And so I finally said yes. I did not have the money. So one of the biggest objections I get is money. I did not have the money to start this. But I made it work because it was so important to me to invest in that health for myself, to invest in the mental health that I needed to go on this journey to get. And so I saved my tax return money. I scraped together some different money, and I told my husband, like, I'm doing this. I have to do this. And then the business opportunity became very appealing to me because I also had a bunch of medical bills from Morgan's birth. I had daycare, I have student loans, and we were drowning. The medical bills from her birth were more than we expected or planned on. And so we were drowning. So I did not have that money to start this journey, but I did it anyway because of the promise of what I could make from it. So I said yes. I signed up in February. In that first 21 days, I lost 10 pounds on my first program, and I felt amazing. I saw my balance get better, my energy level get better. I was working out with Morgan in the room with me or on me. I was wearing her. I was making it work because it was in my house. The workouts were quick. They were accessible. I was modifying everything because you can. And it just opened the door of possibility. So I also jumped in at the same time, head first into the business opportunity. Now, the beauty of this gig is that it's whatever you want it to be. You are your own business center, so you can decide how much or how little you would like to run the business. I knew I needed the income potential of this business, so I went all in. I read all of the training materials, I did all the videos, I did the team calls, and I went all into this business. And I think more than anything else, that helped me stay consistent on my own journey. And that's one of the best things about coaching is really you are your number one priority when you're a coach. You are your first client. And so what other job pays you to take care of yourself first, right? So your job as a coach is to get your workout in, to follow your flexible nutrition plan, to drink your delicious shake every day that gives you the vitamins that you need to feel better and feel more energetic and heal your body system from the inside out. So any irregularities that you have, any digestive issues that you struggle with, those all get cleared up, and you feel amazing on it. So it's just this whole trifecta of nutrition and exercise tools that you get to make yourself feel awesome, and then you share it with other people. So as a coach, what do we do, right? So what do we do as a coach? Basically, you just do that. You take care of yourself, you work out, you drink a shake, you follow a flexible nutrition plan, and then you share that out with other people. You talk to them privately, you talk to them publicly, you talk to people, whoever you want to talk to. Because if you went to a restaurant that you loved, you would share that with somebody. You would share that with your best friends. You would say, hey, I love this restaurant. And nobody would think twice about it, right? You wouldn't feel icky about it. It wouldn't feel like sales. It's just basically a recommendation based on your experience. So that's what we do as a coach. And then when you sign people on because they want to do what you're doing, you support them. So you lock arms with them and you do it together. And you just share any tips or tricks that you had learned along your own journey. And that's what you do. You're basically just a mentor. You are a cheerleader of other people's journeys. And the beautiful part of this is you get to build a community. And I don't know about you, but as a 30-something-year-old person who works a full-time job and has a kid, I don't have time to meet new friends in person. I don't have time to go get coffee. I don't have time to go do that. But it's so vital for our health and our mental health. So having these online groups has been a real sanctuary for me. It helped me get through breastfeeding. It helped me with mom stuff. It helped me, just kind of feel less on Mom Island, right? So these online groups can be so much more than just a click of accountability. And what we've been able to do on my team is really build a community that supports each other, that helps pick each other up when we are down. And because of that, it gives you the best accountability that you could ever have. So it's not like going to the gym where nobody knows if you're missing, nobody's wondering where you are, nobody's, kind of knows the in and outs of your life, because we really get to know each other very well in these groups. And so it's really about building community. As a coach, you're a mentor and you are a community builder. So that's your job, which is so great. And I can't tell you how much coaching has changed me as a person. I have never historically been somebody who was part of a team. I am not somebody who necessarily enjoys working with other people in real life situations. I am kind of a loner. I'm kind of I can do it on my own type person. And so having to hone in on that aspect of this, because people rely on you, they trust you, and you're doing this together as a team and with your clients, that has just made me such a better person. It's made me a better teacher, a better mom, a better wife, a better family member. And it's really built me such a feeling of empowerment that I can honestly say, if I walked away from coaching tomorrow, I am a changed person from this experience. And I don't think any other part-time or full-time job can necessarily tell you that. Even though I'm a teacher and I, have potential a lot of impact for these kids, this provides me this feeling of passion that I had not had for a job since working in the animal field. So I wake up with a fire on how can I better my business to help more people? How can I be better myself to see more impact? And that's an amazing way to wake up. And so part of being a coach is learning how to do that. And when you embrace that process, when you do the personal development that is really recommended or required as a coach, if you, really learn all of those parts on how to time manage and, change your mental state of mind so that you can do this business, you change. And that is what I think makes coaches more successful in their health journey than anybody else. So whether or not you're looking to make millions of dollars from this, a few extra bucks every week, or just, pay for your own shake or your own accountability, it can be whatever you want it to be, but it can be life-changing nonetheless. So I will say that is one of the best things that I can tell people about coaching, is that it can be completely life-changing if you let it. So who am I looking for on my team, and how do you get started? Okay, so on my team, we are going big. We are growing. We have hard workers. So I'm looking for more hard workers. I'm looking for people like me who see the potential of this opportunity for changing themselves and impacting other people and creating a business for themselves. So I'm looking for go-getters. I'm looking for people with grit that really want to change, really want to use this opportunity for what you can get from it. So, I'm going to hand you the tools and you have to go use them. So I'm looking for people who are ready to go do that, who are ready to run with me and make it to Summit next year in Indianapolis and, walk across that stage and be a top team. That's what I'm looking for. And the beautiful part is that we are actually a part of the top team, one of the top teams in the company. We are as high as it gets. So in terms of resources, you have access to them all, which is so great. And it's such a great team to be a part of because of that fact. So it's the best time to get started, and it's the best team to get started on. So how do you get started? So if you're sitting here going, that all sounds really great, I can't wait to ask you a few questions, and hell yeah, I'm getting ready to start. So how do we get started? Okay, so you are going to sign on. You're going to say, Amy, I want to get started as a coach. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to change. I'm ready to be more positive. I'm ready to help other people, and I'm ready to crush this business. And I'm going to send you a link, and you're going to sign up. And all you're signing up for is your own personal health package. That's it. There's no inventory to buy. You don't have to mail anything to anybody. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on inventory or postage. Nothing. Beachbody takes care of all of your customer service stuff. It takes care of all your packaging. It takes care of all your mailing. It takes care of all your taxes. It literally does everything for you. All you have to do is focus on your own journey and share it with other people. That is it. So you are going to sign on, and right now, to sign on with your own health package, your health toolkit, is $160 in US. 160 UK, and I believe it's 186 Canadian. And so you get a year access to the online library of workouts, which is kind of like Netflix. So you pick over 700 different workouts, you pick which one you want to do, you follow it start to finish. When you're done with that one, you do another one, and that's it. So you have a year access to this amazing streaming workout program, every different level of fitness, requirements, time needs. So it's really amazing. And I can honestly tell you, after doing gyms and CrossFit and all these other things, I have never gotten in the best shape. My husband has never gotten in the best shape that we have with these in-home programs. So anyone who says you can't get in shape working an in-home program, I challenge you to look at all of our results, because you're wrong. You can. So you are going to get that. You're going to get the toolkit on how to do your nutrition stuff. It's super easy. It's super flexible. I help you with your meal planning and prepping and learning how to do that. You're going to get your first shake, which is 30 days worth of the shake. And that's all for $160. So you get to start for $160. As a coach, your coach fee is waived when you sign on with that challenge pack. And then every month as a coach, you will pay $15 to stay a coach. So that's all your maintenance fees are, is you're paying $15, and that is your website. That kind of is like all your tax stuff. You have access to a whole office, like an online office and a web page, and it makes it really easy. So when people want to sign on, you make a quick link and you send it to them. And so Beachbody takes care of all of that for a measly price of $15 a month, and it's completely worth it. So you pay $15 a month, that covers that, and then you re-up on your shake every month. Most of the coaches get their shake every month because it makes you feel awesome. It definitely fuels your workouts, it gives you energy, and you are a product of the product, so you should be doing your workouts, following your nutrition plans, and that's part of it. So that's really it. So you also get a 25% discount with all your future purchases. So any of the other performance lines or nutritional stuff you want to do, like all of it is there. Any of the workout gear, if you like to wear swag, all of it is there, and it counts towards your coach volume, and all of that is like the nitty-gritty stuff that we'll get into in your new coach training. But the good part is, as well, is there is no risk. So as a coach, you can really try this for as long as you want, and there is no penalty for if you decide you get into it and you go, this is not for me. There is no penalty for not doing coaching stuff. There is no penalty for not signing people up. It is just about you. At the end of the day, it's about you getting healthy, about you feeling great. And if you decide to share that and impact other people, that is just icing on the cake for everybody involved. So that is what I wanted you to know about coaching. If you are ready to get started, if you are ready to get that mental change, you're ready to feel awesome, you're ready to join the team, you're ready to see what you can do and what you're made of, then I'm looking to have you. I'm so excited for you. So all you have to do is send me your email, say I'm ready to get started. I will ask you what kind of shake you want to start with, and you will get started in our next group. So I look forward to hearing from you and working with you and helping you be the best you that you can be. And I will talk to you all later.